So by telling you this, by the end of May, you should be asking me, okay, where are we really at with that first quarter property tax? How well are we doing? It should be, that number should be a surplus, really, unless we have some major expenditures we're not planning on. Right now, our current collection rate on the second page has our property taxes at 7.8% of budget. That number at the end of May should really be closer to somewhere between 47 and 50%, depending on the collection rate is. So I just wanted to share this with you for you to have a chance to look at it, and I'd like to revisit this in more detail in 2 weeks.
Okay. Thank you. If you have individual questions on these, certainly get them to RJ so that in 2 weeks he can bring them back for the benefit of the group as well. Joanne.
Yes, I have one agenda bill, and it is initiated by Planning and Development Committee of Council, and they have the desire to change their name to Community Development Committee. So I'm asking Council to set a public hearing. I do have two other items I'd like to discuss with your permission, Mr. Mayor. There are things that are in the works, and I just want to get a sense of council of whether I'm headed in the right direction, or should just stop where I'm at. One of them is related to it. The port is required to keep their certification of the levee. Apparently, the Corps of Engineers, the Army Corps of Engineers, had a requirement that they maintain an area free of vegetation along the dike and within so many feet of the toe of it, and they have not been doing that. It has come to the Corps' attention, and because that area is in a critical area, it requires habitat assessment, lots of, which requires specialty individuals to review. So because the area also goes within Clark County's jurisdiction, the Port of Kamas-Washougal, the City of Washougal, and Clark County are working on an interlocal agreement with your permission that Clark County be the lead on this project, because they have these experts on staff. We don't have a biologist, we don't have a wetland person, we don't have a habitat person. And the county is open to doing this. So before I went too much further with this, I wanted to just get a sense if there was any issues that you would want me to stop. Secondly,
John?
oh yes, sir.
Question, are we doing this as a compliance issue? Are we trying to comply with Corps of Engineers requirements?
We, the city, are not. What the port has to comply with it, and in order to comply with it, because they want to remove vegetation, it's in a critical area, and there's habitat in that area. It requires them to apply to the City of Washougal for their permits. What I'm proposing is all applications are done through Clark County, which they've agreed to, and they will do the review, because we don't have the expertise.
Our involvement is minimal.
Our involvement is very minimal. It should save us money, and also the port, because if they presented those things to us, we would have to send them out to a consultant, because I'm not a habitat engineer or a environmentalist. So I don't have the skills to review that, and nor do we have staff, where other jurisdictions do. So it's just giving the authority for the county to be the lead, even though it's in our city limits.
Satisfied with it.
Thank you.
Just any idea on how long the process takes? I mean,
The permit process?
I just hate, frankly, I just hate to see a lot of those beautiful old cottonwoods cut
I
down.
know it's disturbing for me as well, but it's a requirement of the Corps.
Well,
And
ultimately, didn't it come from they don't want there to be another Katrina where the levees would fail in that event?
If they can't get recertified, then the whole town of Washougal
Goes into a whole
is in a
nother way.
floodway, and I mean, City of Washougal used to flood every year. That's why you find a lot of the archaeological finds up on the hills, because people would live up there at a certain time of the year and then down here at other times. So, that would mean, if they don't get certified, that everyone in the City of Washougal will have to buy flood insurance. So we're saving, the benefit that comes out of it, in this negative situation of the vegetation being removed, is that our citizens won't have to pay for flood insurance.
Paul, did you have a question?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that it's the port that's between a rock and a hard place here. One of the hard places is the Corps of Engineers, and the other is meeting state law on critical areas. And anything that we can do to lessen the burden on the port strikes me as something that we should do. I mean,
Does this accomplish that, Paul?
I'm sorry?
Does our proposal accomplish that?
I think it moves in that direction. If we could move even further, I would be in favor of it. But I think this certainly does move in the direction of assisting the port.
Well, and I think also too, it shows that one of our partners, Clark County, is willing to do this for us. The second one I have is really an idea that came from the City of Washougal building official and the City of Camas' building official. And we're getting close to having the legislative bodies review what we've been working on. And it would be a reciprocal cooperative agreement between the City of Camas and the City of Washougal for building inspection and plan review services. The benefits to both, it benefits both communities. Again, it's also an opportunity for additional partnership, but the benefits to Camas would be, they anticipate a real upswing in when the Fisher development comes in, or they may have someone on vacation, or we may have someone on vacation. And it allows each city not to have to hire when the workload gets temporarily increased. Pay for hiring, pay for recruiting, pay the benefits. And so it's really a sharing of personnel that have this expertise. And it's being proposed as reciprocal because there may be a time that we need that service as well. It also assists and benefits us that if it's a time that's slower for us, it can preserve an employee to maintain their skills. We have invested in our employees to receive all the certifications, and so I think it's a win-win situation. So the Community Development Director and I are moving forward with this, and our next step is to have our city attorneys review the document. But I kind of wanted to run it by you in case you had some issue with it, the direction I was going.
I think this is another terrific proposal, and I applaud your initiative. But, Lloyd, would you share with us your expertise? Are there any downsides to this? You've been through this before.
Well, it doesn't work real well if a building boom hits both places at the same time, or if it just all flattens out in both places at the same time. Then it has no benefit for either party, and you just leave the agreement on the shelf. Where it can work is where it's to the mutual benefit, and at least as we can foresee it in Camas,